Hi. I wanted to make a quick video just to explain or talk about my offers. I have for the coming week, I think starting today or tomorrow, I have 30% off on I think almost all my offers, except a few. So I think I find it really hard to talk about what I do because I don't know who you are, like who's listening. And depending on who's listening, I will explain in different ways. I can, like, if you followed me for a while, you should have some idea, I think. I'm a projector, if that is like some starting point. I see. That's one of my biggest strengths, maybe. That I can sit in front of you. Wait, oh man, this is so difficult. All things relationships. That will be like the big bracket. Your relationship to yourself, first and foremost. Figuring out where you're stuck, what that stuckness is about, and doing what needs to be done to put you in at ease with that thing and acceptance with that thing, so you know how to move forward, if you want to move forward, or what action to take that feels good to you. I will always work with you and your system, never against you. It's not one of these, like, I'm not one of those people where if you come to me to solve some, I don't know, like struggle with money, for instance, or how to market yourself, I will never tell you to do something that you're like, oh my god, I have to do that thing, and you have to force yourself to do something. It's not how I work. I will always find the solution that it might not feel comfortable, but you will feel deep down that, okay, that makes sense and I can do that. I don't necessarily like it, but I know in my bones that it's the right thing for me. And so I'm going to talk about this a bit before I talk about my offers. So a lot of practitioners, they will first of all do that. They will give you some steps or some solution that maybe it works for them. I don't know if it even does. Who knows? But it will not feel right to you. You will push yourself to do something and you will not necessarily get the result. Or maybe you'll get the result for a short period of time, but it's not sustainable because it's not true and correct for you. So I will always get you back to yourself and what feels true and correct for you. Sorry about the sorry about the situation. I've been outside. Also, I am like this. And there's a lot of practitioners who are more like in the healing space or therapy space, like self-development, growth, whatever, that you will not get the results that you want, even though you're doing everything right. They might be into parts work or internal family systems. They will be about releasing trauma, all these things, which are the correct things. But they are often, in my experience, failing in actually connecting you to yourself. And it's very different if you have been in therapy, if you work with coaches, it's very different, like connecting to some, or I shouldn't say connecting. You observe something within yourself and you can, like, oh yeah, I have this feeling inside and I can feel it's a resistance towards money, and you can kind of like observe and focus on that and gain a lot of information and understanding. But if you haven't established connection, which many of people never experience that, so they don't know what true connection is. So it's hard to explain that if you don't know what it is. But it's like when you stand in front of someone, you can kind of like talk and not really, like you're talking and you're kind of like on the same page. But it's different when you stand in front of someone and they lock eyes with you and they're like, I see you. I can see you. And they are seeing beyond what the physical eye can see, in a way. They can see your inside feelings. And now you feel all of a sudden naked and vulnerable and seen on a whole different level. If that hasn't been established in the session, when you're talking about this money resistance, if you haven't locked eyes with that part in yourself and the part seeing you and you're seeing the part, and it's like this moment of like, oh, we actually don't like each other. I didn't know. Oh, that part actually has a really hard time. Oh, wow, that part hates me. That's interesting. And actually that makes me really fucking hurt. Now I'm upset. That realness, that's the level I aspire to. And not aspire, that's the level I work at. And only when you get to that point, that moment, that experience, does real change happen. Like you can, not that it's not useful, all the other things, like that observing without that moment of connection, you'll get a lot of information and the information will help you. But the real power is in what I'm doing. Most people are not doing that. And there is also something about working with a projector, because they pierce through. They're so seeing, and I can tell because I worked with a projector myself. And the first time, I think maybe one time, the one time I did that was with a business coach. I was like, wow, this is insane. She would look at me and she was like, wait. And I'm like, what? She's like, I'm seeing something. Give me a minute. And she would just sit there and she'll be like, is there a feeling of, and then she would put words on it. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that was in there until you said. So it's something about having someone in front of you that can pull out of you what needs to be seen, and what they're pulling out is hidden also for yourself. You need someone really perceptive to be able to do that. Which I am that perceptive. So if you really want to be seen, or if you're having like a hard time figuring something out and you've been to a lot of coaches and they can't pinpoint it, I'm good in those situations. I also am quite skilled at, there's often a lot of, because one thing is seeing each part, but there's also about something about understanding the system, because the system can be set up in a way that's tricky and it holds you back from healing or from getting what you want. So unless you have to be able to both crack the code on the system itself and also pierce through to the parts. Like I can do both. I wish I could say I could do that in one session, but that's like, I need some time to get to know a system and to know how you operate, to most effectively know how I can connect with or put you in connection with your parts. like without causing harm and being as efficient as possible. So people don't work with me just for one session. I mean, you shouldn't. If you want, like, if you want real effect, real change, one session's not enough. Not the way I work. Not saying it isn't enough. Other coaches or practitioners, they have other methods, and it can be most definitely enough. So that being said, it's also something about being real and honest in the therapeutic relationship, because I feel like, how to say this, so much of what we're missing is that, like, I'm here for you, like, I'm a human and you're a human, and I care about you. And yes, we're in this setting where I want to help you with these things, but look at me, like, I'm a fellow human and I want your best interest. I'm genuinely here for your best interest. Let's be on the same page before we dive into whatever you want to dive into. It's so often I find that a client comes into the session with a practitioner, and the practitioner is all on board with, yes, what is it that you want to fix? And forgets the power of healing in, we're two humans, first and foremost. If you jump on board with, okay, what do you need to fix? You're jumping on board with, maybe the client feels like there's something wrong with them and they are here to eradicate that. Like, no, look at me, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, we have to establish that first. So what's really going on, you know? And the fact that I, as a practitioner, can be human. Like, I don't know how to explain that in a way that doesn't come off the wrong way. I don't know how to explain that, actually. So I don't want to try because I will fuck it up. Okay, so my offers, the ones that are up on my page right now, I will list them and then I will tell, like, briefly what they are about. What I'm putting up is a 30% discount on those I will mention. So I have normal sessions, like one-on-one sessions. You can book one at a time, 60 minutes or 1.5 hours, so 60 or 90 minutes. I'll talk about that after. And then I have a channeling session. I have a session that's called Safe Space. I have a session called Immunity to Change. I have a bundle, 6-session bundle, that's not on discount. I have a course, it's called Reach Your Goal. It's 7 modules with 7 or 8 sessions, or you can buy them without the sessions. Highly recommend with the sessions though. And I am revamping that, so I'm in the process of, like, editing and updating the whole course. It will be so much better. And then I have a bundle, it's 3 sessions, it's channeling sessions, it's called Welcome to the Suck. It's such a fun bundle. And I also have a session, it's called the Connection Process. So the Connection Process and the bundle, the 6-session bundle with one-on-one sessions, those are not on discount. All the others are. So in a one-on-one session, we'll typically, like, you'll come to the table either knowing what you want to talk about or you don't know, and we'll figure it out together. I will do what's required, whether it is parts work, if we end up processing and releasing trauma or old and stuck feelings. So if it's the completion process, if it's a mix of completion process and parts work, if it is like pure like belief work, if it is more like getting the overview of some dynamic and getting action steps on the table outlined so you know what to do. It can be anything. Like, your body will tell us where we need to go. It will show us. It will unfold like a flower. It's my job to create the space for that and then know how to navigate that. Then the safe space, that's meant for couples or families. More so. It's intended as, you know, when there's like the elephant in the room, there's something, you know, something's not right, no one's talking about it, like everyone's afraid of touching it. So I wanted to create this offer to, the whole point of the session is to talk about it. Like, that's the intention. And you will not be responsible for any, like, you just come and put it on the table and be awkward as fuck if that's what you are, and full of shame, whatever. You just, this is what we're not talking about, we don't want to talk about it, and we both have resistance, and I'll be like, cool, I'll take it from here. And it will be completely in my hands to navigate that. You just have to show up in resistance. Done. Such a good offer. Then the immunity to change session, that's a longer session. It's a really fucking good session. That's more, it's like a good mix of 65% mental and the rest is like emotional work. So it's both. We will go through a worksheet of 4 columns where you will come with a goal or a commitment. So I'm committed to making more healthy choices in regards to food, boundaries, love. I'm committed to be grounded in reality in my relationships. It can be whatever. And then we'll take like a 360-degree view on that. We'll work through like what you're doing or not doing in regards to your commitment. We'll figure out why you're not doing what you need to do. We'll create relief and resolve so it will be easier to do what you need to do. We'll outline what you actually need to do. We'll figure out the beliefs that are connected to all of this. And when you see what you believe, it's easier to be like, wow, that's insane. That's not accurate with reality at all. I believe that if I have money, I will be murdering people in Africa. Like, that doesn't, no, I will not be that person if I have money. Released resistance right then and there, you know. So that's a really good session. Dropped my phone. Channeling session can be, so channeling is just allowing the embodiment of a specific part. So I can embody a specific part in you, or you can do it yourself. If I'm embodying a part for you, that's sometimes easier. Then you get to talk to yourself, which is so beneficial in so many ways. And it's also nice because you don't have to feel the unpleasant feelings. I will be feeling them. and it's always, I have less resistance to your feelings, so I don't mind. Then you will have more resistance to your own feelings. So an example can be so channeling is really useful if you have either a lot of resistance towards something you want to look at, because channeling bypasses the resistance in a way, which there are things to be said about that, but so it bypasses the resistance. And wait, what was I going to say? Yeah, because usually, like in a one-on-one session, you will come to me and I will be like, okay, so this is what you want to talk about. Can you feel that in your body? And we will access it through what you're already in touch with. Sometimes you don't know what the fuck is blocking you. You don't know where it is. You can't feel it. You just know it's there. In those cases, channeling is really good, because if I'm channeling whatever is hidden in you, I will just ask for that energy, that part, to embody me. And we don't have to go through the, oh, can you feel it? Where is it? Is it in your foot? Is it in your chest? Where is it? And you can set whatever, you can ask to embody whatever. The part of me that is resistant to abundance, the part of me that hates my body, the part of me that feels icky about sexuality, the part of me that wants to rape women, I'm just going extreme, the part of me that can't stand living with someone. Whatever you want to explore and find resolution for, and I can help you get clear on what you want to set as an intention as well, or what I want to set as an intention if I'm the one channeling. So one other really beneficial thing about channeling is, if I'm channeling a part of you, you will have to talk to yourself, and that quite quickly reveals what relationship you have to yourself. So you will get information about the part itself and your relationship to the part. 2 layers of information, valuable. So in Welcome to the Suck, that's a bundle of 3 channeling sessions where we channel just gnarly things. Let me think what I think I said the most out of aligned part. One part of your own choosing. One more part. Let me see if I wrote it down. No, I don't remember where I have it. So who is that session for? Someone who really wants to look at the unsavory, really suppressed parts of themselves. And how I see this is, all the different parts we have, they are anchored at different levels in our being, and they all make up like a main frequency or main energy. So if like those 2 parts that I intentionally set up in that bundle, they are really like deep parts, so by unhooking them, you raise the totality of your vibration. So that's good. I'm just thinking. I feel like I'm like that's I wish I wish I could sell that better, but it's like I really, really enjoy like unsavory, the most unacceptable parts. Like my level of acceptance is very like deep. I can like I don't know what you have to bring to the table for me to have like no, I'm not touching that. Like I have not experienced that, not within myself, not within others. And I've been in some pretty gnarly aspects of myself. Like if I like if I should range everyone I work with on like level of gnarly parts, I'm like the most extreme so far. So you can feel pretty safe coming to me. If you feel like, oh, I feel a bit ashamed about this part, this is like not so good, this is a bit bad, I'll be like, I love that. Here's why I love it. Here's all the benefits. Here are all the good things. Here how it's going to help you. How I can take the most unsavory part you can ever think of and make you see and feel how it is an asset to you. Done. Done. So all these offers except the 6 session bundle and the connection process, all the rest, they're 30% off for a week. You cannot book more than one of each, but you can book, like you cannot book 6 one-on-one sessions, but you can book one one-on-one session, an immunity to change session, my reach your goal course, the sock, the safe space, if you want to bring your partner and have some fun. So this is, I'm going to have one more discount this year, and it will be around Christmas, in case you want to buy some much needed mental health support, help, guidance for someone you love or care about. Also wanted to say that the discount is for both new clients and old clients. So if you're an old client and you want so if you're an old client, you're already operating on like loyalty discount, you will get the 30% off of that. So if you want to book like a session, if there's something you want to look into, you can do that. And I want to say one more thing. I will make a post about this, so it's written and visible and easy to remember. And you can, like, my booking calendar is accessible through my webpage, which is my name, gunnilarcher.com. That should be all the information you need. The prices will be on the booking calendar, the times, time zones, everything is sorted out, so it should be really simple. If you have questions, send me an email. Don't send me any DM. Nah, message me on Facebook or Instagram. Send me an email or I will not get back to you.